Alright, bro, so I used to go to this middle school when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and if I'm gonna be completely honest, it was not a good school, like, by any means. Bro, almost every day there would be fights, drugs, bomb threats, bro, it was crazy. Now, this school was located in like this Hispanic ghetto area, and if you've ever lived in an area like this, you know that these schools are populated with just like 90% Edgars, bro. I'm talking straight, no quema, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The mama's way kind of Edgars. Now, if you know anything about Edgars, you know there's only one thing Edgars love. It's not the JanSport or spray ground backpack. It's not the skinny ass jeans. If there's one thing in this life that Edgars truly love, it's vapes, bro. Now, this school is no different from all those stereotypes. So you walk into the bathrooms at like 7 a.m. to see 11 dudes playing hot potato with the same vape. And if there was enough of these dudes in the bathroom, it's GG's for anyone who's trying to use the bathroom to use the bathroom. Like, imagine trying to take a peaceful dump at school. First of all, you're a dumbass if you think you're gonna take a peaceful dump at school. But imagine you're surprised when the bathroom gets engulfed in smoke that hits you like a COD flashbang. Now, all these fumes are making my memory foggy. But if there's one thing I can remember from these bathrooms, it's the devious lick trend. Now, I know it's 2025 and that trend is pretty much ancient history at this point, but bro, back in my thuggin' days of middle school, that trend hit every single bathroom in every single school, especially the ghetto ones. Like, I remember once I had asked the teacher if I could use the bathroom, and when I get there, I look up and the ceiling looks like a checkerboard, bro. Some motherfucker took like half the tiles and ran off with them. You look over to the sinks and see that every single sink is gone, bro. You look over to the urinals to see that the urinals are still there. Great. So you walk over to the urinal, you handle your business, but when you look behind you, you realize that someone hit a lick on the whole school. Now, enough about these bathrooms. If we're gonna talk about ghetto schools, we're gonna talk about school fights. And like I said, the school was like 90% Edgars, so you already know how these Edgars be fighting, bro. And at a school like this, it really does not matter where it's at. It could be anywhere. It could be the bathrooms, the classrooms, the hallways, the cafeteria, the gyms, the choir rooms. It does not matter. A fight will break out. And bro, even when there's the tiniest little hint that two people had the smallest little altercation on the planet Earth, that shit's spreading around the entire school and everyone's going to that one spot waiting for a fight to happen. So look, I got a little story for you guys. One time I was chilling in science class and my next period was PE. Now, science and PE were on completely opposite sides of the building. So every time it was passing period and I had to make it from science to PE, I was low-key rushing because it was a long trip and I didn't want to be late. So the bell rings and I already know the usual drill. Alright, now we're gonna make it to PE and we gotta do it fast so we don't be late. So I'm gonna draw how my trip to PE looked like. So science was over here, PE was over here, and I had to make this right turn that would lead me to PE. Like I said, usual drill. So I turn to my right and bro, all I see is this humongous stampede of kids running towards me with their phones out, yelling about a fight. And bro, before I can even process what's going on, these kids just run me over, bro. And I'm a pretty small ass dude, so I was in there struggling. So I was in there like, fuck bro, this is how it ends. I'm about to get astro rolled. So I had to stick out my hand for my friend Gabriel, same guy from the last video, to pull me out of this. So we're just standing there waiting for this linear mosh pit to calm down so we can make it to PE. And bro, we sat there for like 3 minutes. So when this crowd of people finally calmed down, we realized we had like 10 seconds left before the tardy bell rang. And we wasted no time, bro. We were running down the hallway trying to make it to PE as fast as we could, only for us to be late anyways. Now, running is something that I had already planned to be doing often, because the amount of threats that went down at this school was comical. I'm talking almost every month there was some new bomb threat or threat that was supposed to go down but never did, to the point where I was getting desensitized to it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And the school was too, because they got to the point where a new threat would happen and the school would not do anything. They wouldn't shut down the school, they wouldn't make us go outside, they did not care. And it's gonna go down like the boy who cried wolf, because one day someone's gonna make some threat and everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's just another threat, and some actually might go down. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep in mind, everything I talked about in this video went down in the middle school. So imagine the type of stuff that went down in the high school. And after 2 seconds of mama delinquent thinking the exact same thing, she wasted no time trying to get me and my sister out of there as soon as possible. So that's exactly what happened. We packed our stuff and we left. And I had to say goodbye to all the Edgars, man. Gonna lie, I was really gonna miss them.